Anambra, Nigeria is the largest fourth economy, boasts of thriving sectors including power, industry, culture and creative economy, leisure and entertainment, and agro-industrialization. Governor Charles Soludo, CFR, as a renowned economic expert, is leveraging his vast of knowledge in promoting these sectors and is driving the private sector-led development. As a result, Anambra is now an attractive investment destination with a significantly improved ease of doing business that is paving way for unprecedented growth. Welcome to Solution Footprint, and my name is Chidimma Oranwa. Today, we'll delve into the transformative initiatives of Governor Soludo through the Anambra State Investment Promotion Protection Agency, ANSIPPA, exploring their collaborative efforts in promoting growth and development in Anambra State. Come along, let's show you. Under the dynamic leadership of Governor Charles Soludo, CFR, Anambra State has in recent years gained a reputation of an attractive destination for investors. Anambra State is home to a variety of successful businesses and industries, including agriculture, petroleum and manufacturing. Governor Soludo's administration has to a large extent created an enabling environment for new businesses, with policies aimed at encouraging investment, making it possible for the state to be ranked the #1 in ease of doing business ranking in southern Nigeria, as well as 7th position among states in Nigeria. The growth has become exponential.
To intentionally prepare and package Anambra as the next axis of prosperity. Very intentional about addressing the issue of power. We signed an agreement with EEDC. We'll have gas pipelines being planned to be able to energize independent power plants and to really develop an Anambra electricity market. Urban regeneration is on course. Water and ports, as we mentioned, on course. Planning a real feasibility study and master plan. That's part of the MOUs we're going to sign today. A 2,000-kilometer fiber optic ducts being laid across the state to give people internet access. And we're determined to break the jinx, decade-old jinx, about availability of urban and rural pipe-borne water schemes in Anambra State. That is also on course. Industrial city, industrial parks, our export emporium, and Africa's largest shopping mall is on course. That's being designed now. The feasibility study is finished. The agricultural regeneration, palm and coconut revolution, etc. We're also having our people intentionally. We're developing from importation to production and exportation. We'll take you to the Solution Fund City here, the destination point. The world will intentionally plan to come to Anambra. And in a few years' time, our goal is that any visitor, any foreigner that gets to Nigeria and hasn't been to Anambra, hasn't been to Nigeria. Our human capital is our biggest resource ever. We have the gas, we have natural resources, minerals, solid minerals, and so on, but our greatest resource is human capital. And we're intentional about developing our human capital to be productive at home, but also to be exportable abroad. But just to tell you, our potential investors, that Anambra, we are firing on all cylinders. And Anambra will be that place for you to come.
Governor Soludo saw the potential that Anambra State had and knew that he could harness that potential to create jobs, develop the infrastructure, and provide a better future, a livable and prosperous homeland for Anambra.
He practically sold the project to everybody. Okay? And the fact that he has done a lot of homework before calling for this investment summit is an indication that he knows where he's going. In the next few years, people will be people will be blaming themselves if they don't queue into this program, because he knows where he's going, and then the future is quite rosy for the private sector.
You could see we've gone beyond from talking to actually putting pen to paper, and you can see the individuals, the key players in both industry and in commerce, in the banking world as well, really coming in here to support the state government.
It's exciting to be here. What makes this different from others I've been at, there I agree with the governor, is that deals are being made. As we are talking, they are on stage signing deals. Yeah. So I think it's not just talking. There is a lot of talking, but I think the emphasis is on finding and implementing solutions. So that's what is exciting and different. I was struck by what the governor said in terms of his vision is to make Anambra not just a departure lounge, but a point of destination. And that's a process. So I hope my point is clear. We need to look beyond the day. The day is good. Not really any advice for the day itself. The important thing is to keep up the momentum, the drive.
We were here when he did his 1 year anniversary. And he told us we'll be doing this. And shortly after that, he is here now signing MOUs. So we are very impressed. We've been working closely with the government. We're not surprised that this is happening because it is in his character. An action governor, from the first day, he has been on the streets. And the things he said he will do, he's doing them.
I'd like to congratulate Mr. Governor and his team for putting this together. I'm one of those who believe very strongly that all the potentials we require, we have them in Anambra State. What is lacking is the creation of an enabling environment for industry to thrive. So what the governor has done is to create that platform, to create that environment.
As a major driving agency helping to actualize the feat of increasingly making Anambra a delight and a safe haven for potential investors, Anambra State Investment Promotion and Protection Agency ANSIPPA is a state-owned agency mandated through the instrumentality of law to drive private sector-led development in Anambra. Since its inception in 2014, ANSIPPA has facilitated over 20 reinvestment projects into Anambra. With its one-stop shop services, ANSIPPA has created an enabling environment for investors and continuously works to improve the ease of doing business in the state. For better output, on assumption of authors, ANSIPPA under Soludo ventured into talent acquisition and upskilling of select staff of the agency. They started a recruitment process, developed syllabus and training modules for staff, completed in-house training for 15 staff, as well as concluded the first edition of the ANSIPPA Summer Analyst Program.
So part of our mandate in ANSIPPA is to collaborate with the private sector in developing critical infrastructure using the PPP, PPCP and concession models in alignment with the transformation agenda of Mr. Governor. That is in summary what we do in ANSIPPA.
Tapping from the working documents of the solution mandate, including the People's Manifesto, Vision 2070 document, and the Transition Committee report, the vision of ANSIPPA is to be leading subnational owned investment authority in Africa.
Before he decided to run, he had taken up some advisory positions in the state that helped bring the issues of governance and development in Anambra State closer to his fingertips. As you may know, he was the chairman of the Anambra Vision 2070 Plan Committee. The stakeholder engagement process that we embarked on for the Vision 2070 plan was probably the most robust I've ever seen. All 326 wards were engaged. The cross-section of stakeholders from the churches to the traders to the students to other political parties. That document, upon completion, it was not Soludo's plan. It wasn't Anambra State Government's plan. It was Anambra's plan. Captures where we are, where we were, what caused it, where do we want to go, and how should we get there. And that plan essentially captured and summarized everything we are trying to achieve, in the sense that it's the vision for from that plan, which the governor, upon becoming the candidate of the party, adopted that vision, but then created the Soludo manifesto, right? Which in my mind, if you read that document, you understand that it is like the foundational plan for the Vision 2070. And a good chunk of that plan plays a role or has lines that are mapped to what we do in ANSIPPA and our own role in helping make that plan successful. So you have this vision, which is, our vision is to make Anambra a livable and prosperous smart megacity state by 2070. And we hope to achieve this by making it the preferred location to learn, to invest, to work, to relax, and also to enjoy.
According to the People's Manifesto, as a key strength and opportunity, ANSIPPA is regarded as key institution to deliver structural business development, attract, promote, and protect investment, among others, in Anambra State. The strategic pillars of ANSIPPA are operational efficiency, stakeholder management, commercial excellence, and investment sustainability. Under the watchful eyes of Governor Soludo, ANSIPPA is currently undergoing a repositioning process into a fully fledged development corporation, the Anambra Development and Investment Corporation, ADIC.
So in terms of the manifesto, it set out, I would say, 3-4 clear objectives of what the governor wants from ANSIPPA. So we have the transition from ANSIPPA to Development Corporation. We have the financing of the projects that we will be doing as part of that transitioning process. Then we have, obviously, the ease of doing business initiatives and reforms that we oversee, working closely with Ministry of Economic Planning and a host of other MDAs. And then lastly, obviously, is to ensure that we are improving management on the state's investment portfolio. You know, as we close more projects, then we start to add.
The agency also has a strategic target of attracting $100 million investment annually, achieving financial close on 3 major infrastructure projects annually, securing at least 10% return on investment on the Anambra State Wealth Fund annually, as well as attain top 5 rank in sub-national ease of doing business ranking by 2025. Anambra currently ranks number 7. It has its focus on key sectors and areas of the economy, including power, that is, gas, renewables, waste to energy, etc., industrial parks, special economic zones and markets, transportation, that is, toll roads, intra-rail, river ports, cargo, airport, technology and creative economy, social infrastructure, that is, water, healthcare and housing, as well as leisure and hospitality.
The interesting thing is that this collaboration is as regards providing a one-of-its-kind distributed energy service to about 11 communities in Anambra West local government area of Anambra State through the development and deployment of a 1 megawatt solar mini-grid system, which will provide the communities with uninterrupted power supply on a pay-as-you-go prepaid metered basis. And the interesting thing is that ever since the inception of the current administration, we've actually achieved a whole lot in terms of the project development processes. We've executed an MOU with the state government during the immediate past Anambra State Investment Summit. And it's a great feat considering that this is a project that has been in our dreams and in our pipelines for over 6 years. And in just 1 year, we were able to record tremendous milestones regarding this through the dedication and efforts and commitment of this administration.
We have been commissioned by the state of Anambra to understand how we could develop railways through the state, understanding that the state is only second to Lagos nationally regarding density. Industrial activity is important, commercial activities are important, so this all makes it relevant to understand how railway development can be developed, and also how it can be developed not only within the state boundaries and between its main cities, but also in connection to a broader project at national level.
Astonishing! Indeed, Anambra's private sector is experiencing exponential growth with a surge in entrepreneurial ventures. Stay tuned as we bring you more. Progressively, after Governor Soludo took over the reins of leadership of the state, one of the first things his administration undertook at ANSIPPA was a forensic audit, where it was discovered that most of the Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) signed in the past did not actually take off, largely due to government's inability to honor their end of the bargain.
As you may know, the state partnered with, I would say, over 40 to 42 different companies under a memorandum of understanding. But of those 40 companies, I would say perhaps only about 3 or 4 really took off, right? You have the Oka Millennium City, which is a 100-hectare development. They're almost rounding up. Then you have obviously Linden Farms, which is in Ibariam, one of the largest poultry mechanized farm or production facility in the southeast, south-south. And then you have Temple Resources, where they do automated roadworthiness tests in and around the Roban axis. And obviously, another project that started in the administration prior to ANSIPPA being created, and then obviously continued with ANSIPPA, which is the Prosperous farms. So of about 42 MOUs, and there are only about 4. So a batting average, as they say, of just under 10%. But the question is why? Why did it end up that way? And therefore, a number of reasons. Obviously, for each of those MOUs, there's a commitment that the state will do, where it says, I'll build the roads, I'll build the water facilities, I'll build the infrastructure, right? So you have to provide all these different things. So imagine that these 40 MOUs are not in the same location. Government, in addition to building roads to connect our communities and cities and local government, it then has to start building different roads for each of these private players and all of those things. So having come in, when we came in November 2022, right? One of the first things we did was to let the government know that I would like to do a forensic audit on all of these projects. And that audit essentially was to know which one is working, which one is not working. And the ones that are not working, what are the reasons, so that we can advise the government appropriately.
It is pertinent, therefore, to note that the mixed-use industrial city situated on a vast expanse of over 4,000 hectares of land in Oboji, Orumba South local government area, aims to accelerate industrialization and drive economic growth while fostering a favorable environment for businesses and residents alike. A project that encompasses distinct zones dedicated to industrial activities, special economic areas, research and development institutions, logistics and warehousing facilities, commercial and retail spaces, among others.
Between 2022, November, and today, a few things have been achieved. I can tell you that we have the master plan to the Anambra mixed-use industrial city ready, done by probably one of the world's best consultants. And this city has 3 broad concepts. One is the agro-processing zone, right, where people who are focused purely on agro exports, agro-processing will typically do business there. The second is the pharmaceutical district, which is really for where we take in raw materials and convert them to pharmaceuticals, similar to what has been done in Ethiopia in their major industrial clusters. And then third is the auto assembly. And recall that in the past there had been an auto assembly thought about for somewhere around Nnewi, but obviously with how choked up it is and the inability to find that sort of land, we then moved it to this new axis in Orumba where we can properly site that. There's also going to be an export emporium where all of the goods produced can also be sold, right, and further processed, as the case may be. And obviously, then you have the residential and administrative corridors.
In the area of mass housing scheme, the administration of Governor Charles Soludo through ANSIPPA is providing affordable housing options for residents. tailored to their needs and financial capabilities. With over 10,000 units scattered across the state, the project will offer various housing types designated to optimize space utilization and accommodate different household sizes. What is currently going on in the Awka Millennium City, AMC, is a case in point.
Awka Millennium City, we came up with the idea of bringing a neighborhood, a sustainable neighborhood. So like in this place, this Awka Millennium City, and here is Millennium Court inside Awka Millennium City. And if you see the style of architecture here, number one, we try to bring everybody together to have a neighborhood, a sustainable neighborhood. Number two, we try to achieve the sociability of the people who will live here, right? Now, there's no fence boundaries. If you look around, you see we also ensure that we have green footprint, and we reduce the carbon footprint in the atmosphere. So there's no generator. Now, if you look around, we have a swimming pool over there, a common driveway, a central parking area. You walk to your building. So the walkability also is there for exercise, right? You walk to your building, greet your neighbor. So there's complete neighborhood. Over here, we have the gym, the spa, and the bar for the people living within the Millennium Court. Beyond that, we have the swimming pool, which foster relationship among people. So the whole place, the whole idea is to have a very healthy neighborhood with the concept the new governor is coming with, which luckily for us has the same vision with what we're doing, bringing the people together, living together, and bringing your wealth back home and fostering unity among us. And the governor has been very helpful through the ANSIPPA. The ANSIPPA has been so helpful and bought into the vision. The governor himself was here with a massive encouragement. In fact, with his help, we've come this far.
In its drive to attract 500 million naira in investment into the state by 2026, the agency is equally aiding the construction of the Awka Shopping Mall. This is in addition to 7 real estate MOUs signed.
Our experience working with Anambra State government has been pretty good, particularly this current government. The conversations with Anambra State government started several years ago, but we saw that it was fast-tracked under this new government, because it appears that the new government is very serious about getting Anambra working, and we're very happy with that. From when this new government came into office, we saw a level of anxiousness, which equated our own desires to get, a world-class shopping mall up and running within the city. I mean, our own thoughts is that Awka, being one of the largest cities in the eastern parts of the country, deserves, to have, a modern shopping mall, and our job is to work with the government to see that happen. We're currently acting not only as joint venture partners, but we're basically now the lead developers on the project, and our job is to complete that shopping mall and launch it. And we have a 12 to 18 months time frame, to get that done.
Also, through the instrumentality of ANSIPPA, the state government recently gave approval for Protea to rebrand and start managing the Agolo Lake Hotel.
We are a transition company for the hotel from Golden Tulip Agolo Lake Hotel now to Agolo Lake Resort and Conference Center at the moment. So basically what we are trying to do is to advise the government on the best use of the property, as a resort, and how best it can contribute to the state economy because of the tourism potential of the facility. So the government can make something out of it, and project the state as a tourism hub in the southeast. The present government is very big on human capital development, and with the view and the vision of the governor, Mr. Governor, he is focusing on building the capacity of the Anambra State people, not just the people in Anambra, but everybody living in Anambra, so that the human capital will be top-notch, and wherever you come from any part of the world, you get into this facility, you get the best service you can get anywhere else.
Regarding the building of a 10-story hotel in Awka, Anambra State Government has successfully developed the concept design, commissioned a feasibility study, and received hotel management proposals from Marriott and Radisson. The five-star hotel will work to signpost to where Anambra State is going, helping to open up the Oka 2.0 new city.
And I'm pleased to announce, which the governor had approved about 2 weeks ago, that Marriott will be taking over that project in terms of management for the state. And it's also work that we're doing to see how best to finance it, such that in 18 months, we should have that hotel standing.
The Anambra Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Hub, situated on a 200-hectare pharmaceutical manufacturing and industrial complex in Oboji, to develop a thriving pharmaceutical hub and ecosystem that benefits both the healthcare and agricultural industries, is estimated to bring in over $1 billion in investment across the relevant sectors, creating about 50,000 jobs.
I can see how by this time next year, the governor's vision to transform Anambra from a departure lounge to a destination would already be taking shape in Anambra. We are open for business. We are open for people who want to do serious business. Under Governor Soludo, he is a big believer in honoring every commitment we sign, but with the expectation and understanding that also the investor does the same. So our offices are open, our websites are online. We have our weekly newsletters, our monthly newsletters that come out to the public. So anyone who's interested in any of the projects I've mentioned, interested to engage with us around developing Anambra State with private sector capital, our doors are open and we're happy to meet you at any point.
Summarily, Anambra State, under Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, has become a shining example of what can be achieved through the right policies, investment in infrastructure, and effective leadership. With ANSIPPA at the forefront of attracting investment and promoting entrepreneurship, Anambra State is indeed an investor's destination. Governor Soludo is intentionally working to make Anambra State a preferred destination to live, work, invest, relax, and enjoy. Dear investors, Anambra is ready for business. And that's it on today's episode of Solution Footprints. My name is Chidinma Oranwa. Follow us on our social media handles at Solution Footprints on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and Solution FP on X, formerly Twitter. See you again next week for another interesting edition of the show.
Every breath of our lives, we've trust in God.